Hey gaming fans, so today's another classic and casual Magic the Gathering deck. This one is poison, mainly green poison. There are some artifacts in here too, so it's not 100% green, but poison was a deck that I always loved to play long time ago, when there wasn't a lot of them out. I mean, it was a challenging deck to always build. And usually it would be multiple colors, but I decided to stick with green in this one. So we got our lands, nothing special here, all forests. So we got 21 lands in there. So put that to the side. So let's start off with the deck. I decided to keep some of the classics in, just for flavor. So I put in 3 of the Saber-Tooth Cobra. This was from Mirage. And pretty much when he damages a player, they get a poison counter. And then on their next upkeep, if they do not pay 2 colorless, they will get another poison counter. So, I mean, potentially 2 poison counters right there for 3. Then the other classic one I put in 3 of the Marsh Vipers. This is from the Dark set. And the Marsh Viper damages the opponent, they get 2 poison counters. Nothing else other than that. So, I mean, he is a bit weak. He's a 1/2. But, you know, whatever. I decided to throw them in anyways. So for the rest, we got some of the newer stuff. I put in 4 Plague Mirrors. Just gonna align that better. So we got 4 Plague Mirrors. They all have Infect. These ones tap to add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool, so it's good when you need the mana to get up there. They basically have Infect, so when they attack, they deal their damage in poison counters. So either to the creature or to the player. The next one we got 3 Blight Mambas. Again, just another small guy. 1/1 Infect. He has Regenerate, so that's pretty cool. I was considering trying to use the card Lure, and Venom and stuff like that, but I decided to go this route instead. But it's kind of funny when you put like Lure and Venom on something like this, and then he can regenerate, and they have to basically block them, and then it kills them. So for the rest, we have Rot Wolf. So I got 4 of those. Obviously a little bit better than the Marsh Viper. He's a 2/2 Infect. When he deals damage to whenever a creature is dealt damage by Rot Wolf is put into the graveyard, you may draw a card. So drawing a card is always good. Then I got 1 big guy in here. I was messing around with the idea of playing 2 of these. He's kind of funny, kind of not. I mean, he's got Infect. He's a 7/7, so if he attacks your opponent directly, that's 7 poison counters. That's really almost a 10. However, he does have a drawback that any damage that be dealt to him, he instead gets -1/-1 counters on him, so he shrinks. So you just gotta be careful with this guy. You probably want to save this guy for like a direct attack if you can do so. And we do have some tricks in this deck to try and pull that off. And for the next one, we have Viridian Corruptor. 4 of those. He's got Infect, and when he enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact. So we're going to use that to our advantage. Basically, we want to have some targets out there to destroy when he comes into play, and not necessarily your own. And to play around with the artifact idea, 2 of the Tal Jalad Fallen, probably said that wrong. Protection from artifacts. He's got Infect as well, so he's a 3/1. So it's good that he has protection from artifacts, because there is a card we're playing in here that's going to help with that. And that would be this one. Liquid Metal Coating. So we got 4 of these. It's an artifact. Basically, you tap it, you turn a permanent into an artifact. So this is going to help with this guy. And it's going to help with this guy. So you can turn it into turn an opponent's creature into an artifact, or whatever they have into an artifact, and then destroy it when he comes into play. Or he has protection from artifacts, so if your opponent only has 1 untapped creature, say, turn him into an artifact, your opponent will not be able to block him. So that's there. Also, to play around with the artifacts, for being destroyed anyways. We have Ichor Wellspring. So when it comes into play, and when it goes in the battlefield, you get to draw a card. So we get some draw, a little bit of draw in here. Again, when your other guy comes into play, you destroy target artifact. So you could, if there's no other artifacts on the field, or you can't turn your opponent's cards into an artifact, target the Wellspring and draw a card. Then I put in one Throne of Geth. Basically, sacrifice an artifact to proliferate. So you'll probably sacrifice your Ichor Wellspring to do it. But proliferate, you basically just distribute another permanent a counter, like a token. So there's a lot of, this deck is dealing with a lot of tokens. So then we go for Naturalize. Again, more with the artifact destruction. Going to help with, you know, when you can turn things into an artifact, wherever it went, but you know what I mean. And yeah, that's pretty much what that's in there for. And if you have to, if you want to draw a card, you know, kill your Wellspring, whatever, just to get that extra card. And then the last two, I decided on Taunting Elves. Again, like I did in a previous deck, where you pull out a ton of creatures, you get this guy out, all your opponent's creatures have to block him, and then your rest of your guys can attack freely. So build up a big field of some like poisonous creatures, and then attack with this guy. All your opponent's creatures will have to block him, and then all your poison counter guys go through. So that's this build anyways. I was having fun kind of building this one around the artifact thing. I was going to stick to just being all green and put in like the slivers that have poison, you know, stuff like that. But I thought this would be a much more fun build. I mean, that's what these decks are. They're all just casual fun builds. Anyways, let me know what you think. Throw some comments down below. Hope you subscribe, and we'll talk to you later.